live forever. This was brilliantly done. I am such a visual learner. And I think when I hear about science, when I'm reading it or I'm being told about it, some of the immensity and the wonder, the magic of it is lost when you don't get to see it happening. It's like you have to see it to believe it. And I thought that this was a really effective way of showing this life and how life is formed and manipulated, and the it almost feels outer worldly. So I thought that it was really effective. It was visually quite stunning. I thought there was really good pacing throughout and a really good score underneath to move it along. But I think this is a great way to get people engaged in this field, especially for younger audiences. I know my students, they really rely on the visual aids to help get them invested. And it seems almost more real, more tangible and concrete as well. So I thought this was really well done.
Live forever. This is a really up close look at fertilization from a microscopic level, from the journey of the nematode to the zygote cell on day zero. Really cool to watch. The sound design definitely aided in pulling this piece together, and it really brought the microscopic video elements to life.
This was different. It definitely keeps your attention because you're trying to figure out what you're watching at first. And then I know it's about a worm and it's living together because they keep rebreeding themselves. It kind of makes you think if they're all based off of one worm from a long time ago in prehistoric times or something. It's like it's under a microscope, though, which is very different for animating something. You very rarely see that unless it's in a scientific field or a medical field. You really don't really see how that's working. It's usually animated stuff that the majority really won't see. Like I said, this would be great for scientists to explore, especially if they're in school where you don't really want them exploring and touching live organisms just yet. That way they can see everything. And it's in a way that they might be able to remember the scientific terms because it's short enough that somebody who's studying science can actually watch this over and over and get the exact definitions and what's going on within a zygote within this worm. It really helps with that, and if I was studying science, I would probably watch this over and over just so I could remember what goes where in anatomy on like a chart and stuff. But I think it was just so unique, and it really would fit in like an educational field with science.
Live forever. I thought this was a cool take on, seeing kind of like a behind the scenes look of fertilization in these microorganisms, sort of going beneath the surface and putting a microscope, on this fertilization process. Thought they were really cool images and sound to keep us intrigued, and it was interesting, and it just reminds me of how fascinating life is and how fascinating the organisms are, and even in our own bodies and what's going on every day in our bodies, the cells that are duplicating, and it's just a fascinating topic. And I thought it would be cool to have this as sort of a educational series, and yeah, just how fascinating that we're all connected with this energy of kind of recycling itself and living forever. So great job.
This is for Live Forever with an impressive footage of a microscopic life cycle of self-reproduction or self-insemination that produces an eternal cycle of life that's ongoing, and it's scary and impressive at the same time. It's some of those nature's mysterious ways that we makes us think if we can ever reproduce that and to what extent. And it was just thought provoking, and I really enjoyed it.